So we have seen concept of innovation, types of innovation. Now, what is the way to develop innovativeness in in your in your company or in your employees or in students or any individuals? How can we develop that innovativeness where new ideas, new products come? So there are different methods. The first one is just like we saw in the method of in creativity approaches. The same approach is also here we often use, that is brainstorming. So basically I'm again try to explain what is brainstorming. Brainstorming is all about generating ideas. So one person has a limitation to think. He suppose a group of people are working on a problem. About one person can think of 2, 3, 4, 5 ideas. But when 5, 6, 7 people are sitting together and they try to think on a single problem, they definitely can come up with maybe 50 or 60 new ideas. So basically brainstorming is a group of people sitting together thinking about a single problem and trying to generate ideas without any biases. So a person who is sharing his idea should not be stopped, and he has all the freedom to share any kind of even a weird idea. Who knows, even a weird idea can be a right solution to your problem. So the brainstorming is all about generating idea. The attribute listing, the second way to develop innovativeness is attribute listing. So to understand attribute listing, let us see an example of our routine life. We go to grocery stores, we go to Amazon website, we go to Myntra to purchase new products. Everywhere, whenever we visit website, or when suppose I would like to buy a t-shirt for me, I would just go through all the options. I am looking for a t-shirt for sports purpose. Basically, I want it for some sport. So first I look for all the choose all the available t-shirts. I'll I'll have I have some requirement in my mind. So that is a kind of attributes. I need a cotton t-shirt. I need something in white color. I need something with some Nike or some logo. So point is, I need something, some shape, color, some shape. Point is that those kind of attributes I list in my mind, and once I see all the options, I choose the final option based on my attribute listing. The similar approach companies do when they work on a problem. They define a problem, they come up with multiple solutions. Now when they have defined the problem, they had some attributes, some parameters on which they require solutions. Once they have group of solutions through brainstorming, through other generating idea techniques, they pass those ideas, those solutions through those filters, through those attributes. So the attribute listing is all about filtering your solutions through attributes. The third, the third category is biomimicry. Now, a lot of designers, especially, let me give you an example of designers. A lot of inventions we see, a lot of products we see are inspired from nature. Yesterday, I was going through one of the innovation, or some European innovator came up with an idea where he has where he had tried to develop a solution from by taking inspiration from plants. So basically, what plant does? Plant purifies air. So he had kept one plant in a pot, attached one solar panel with it, and used one battery. So the point is, generating he was generating electricity, he was utilizing solar panel, he was also uh, purifying air, and he was growing the plant. So the inspiration came from nature. Similarly, like we have seen some innovation popular in market, which are taken, which are inspired from birds. Birds have a characteristic to fly through their wings. So some of the innovation, if we see that the very similar shape is pursued. Even a shape of a wing of shape of aeroplane. The aerodynamic shape is also taken. All the inspirations we often take all, in lot of innovation through nature. So basically, biomimicry is something where you are taking inspiration from nature and you use that in your solution. So that is about biomimicry. Another technique is excursion technique. A lot of times in organizations, when a group of people are working on a problem, they are forced to imaginatively go to a places like jungle, new planet, or you know, any new place, and they they already had a problem statement. They are forced to imaginatively think about that place. In imagination, they visit those places and try to connect that place with the problem. So basically, what this technique is doing, that excursion technique is all about creating a imaginative environment, and that imaginative environment is trying to connect with the problem statement, and that connection might able to help to come up with a very innovative solutions. So that's the excursion technique. The another interesting innovative technique is lotus blossom technique. So basically, lotus blossom technique is a very simple technique. You have a problem statement, you have defined a problem of which you are trying to work on, and that problem is used as a reference. Basically, innovation is all about knowing to known to unknown journey. So solution is not known because we are working on something. So known is what? A problem statement. Something like I want to hold a pointer which need not to keep in hand, and even without pressing I can just change the slide. That is the problem statement I'm working on. So I know the known area, that is a problem area, and that problem area is at center, and that area, that problem statement is used to define new solutions. So again, a radial solution. So all the alternative solutions keeping problem in center. That's all about lotus blossom technique. The last technique I would like to share, that is redefinition of a problem. So basically what happens, we are working on a problem and sometimes we are so much possessed by a problem and we forget about original problem. So redefinition of a problem approach is telling us that whenever you are working on a problem and the time comes, you develop some prototype, you develop some solutions, you again go back to the original, you go back to the original problem statement and try to redefine it. So basically a problem comes from users, through your observations, through the pain point area of users. So that that observation helps us to define a problem. While working on a solution, we sometimes become a solution driven and we forget about the original problem. So redefinition of problem is again about going back to the source and trying to redefine a problem. Sometimes redefining a problem will help us to come up with a to make us on a right track. So we don't go thinking about some solutions and then we just go out of the track. So redefinition of problem is all about redefining a problem with time so that you stay on track while also and you can come up with innovation much faster. So that's about redefinition of problem technique. Thank you.